Yes, sir. All right. It is that time again. It is that time again. Welcome. I am David Wilson, Business Savage. Welcome to No Nonsense Market Domination here on IBGR.Network. We're here for the pre-show. For today's episode, which launches at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, called The Mental Health of the Entrepreneur. The mental health of the entrepreneur. So I'm glad you're able to tune in. Want to thank all of our platforms. I want to thank Facebook. We want to thank YouTube. We want to thank Periscope, Twitter, and we want to thank our Twitchers who are with us today. So thank you. Very much appreciate that. If you are here as a returning viewer here on one of our visual platforms, definitely thank you for that. Definitely thank you for that. It's live, folks. It's live. Yeah, we'll get to you in a second. Okay, we'll get to you. All right. So if you are a new viewer to one of our visual platforms, welcome. So you are in for a treat. It's going to be fun. It's going to be educational. It's going to be entertaining. We call that edutainment as an homage, right? As an homage to the Blastmaster KRS-One. So Google it if you don't know. So thank you. We're going to do a couple of tests just to make sure our sound is right. Sound looks good so far on our downtown mic. Sounds pretty good here. I hope. All right, Angel, welcome. Yes. Okay, so we have folks tuning in, so that's awesome. Appreciate that. So for those of you who don't know, this whole station, IBGR is an international business radio station, by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. So the whole purpose is a whole bunch of business owners, entrepreneurs. We're called on-air talent. So on-air talent here to help business owners in every stage of business. That's what we do. We answer questions. We provide mentorship. We provide entertainment. We provide information. All here on this platform. Now you're watching me right now, but the radio show will launch at 3 p.m. We'll go from 3 to 4 today, right on IBGR.Network. So you can watch me do the show here, wherever you happen to be watching, or you can listen wherever you happen to be on IBGR.Network. So we have an app. You can go to go to your app store in your phone, right? So your Apple phone or your Android phone, search for IBGR. You can get the app there, download it, and you can listen to us wherever you go. Yep, it's true. Also want to, behind the scenes here, is our in-studio engineer, Steve Namin Eufemi, also known as SNY. So Steve is here, right? Okay. So Steve's going to be taking care of some of the technical stuff behind the scenes and whatnot, and he typically doesn't make too many mistakes during the show. So, is that right? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go live in about 14 minutes or so. We're going to go live in 14 minutes. Some of the things we're going to talk about on today's show, we're going to talk about the mind. The subtitle of today's show, The Mind Drives Everything. The mind drives everything. So, if you have any comments to that topic, you can put them in the chat. The mind drives everything. The beauty about live television, live radio, so there's a chance, at least, that I will be able to get to your question or comment during the show. And of course, you never know unless you put it in there. So definitely do that. What I do is I have a structure, I have a skeleton for every show, and it never goes the way I thought it was going to go, right? So I always end up following the structure, but I, because of the way my mind works and like lots of concussions over the years, sometimes I forget stuff. Sometimes I'll go off on tangents. So sometimes I'll go in a different direction. But ultimately, we're going to be on topic to give you things that you can take away and use right away. So we talk about a lot of freebies, talk about a lot of free information, ebooks, guides, checklists, what have you. So hope you enjoy the show. When I go to avatar, so simply means I'm stopping the camera. And if you see this, and the circle is vibrating, I'm still talking. It's just behind the scenes. And doing top secret stuff behind the scenes. But if you see, I'm still here, right? So we'll come back on. Our show is sponsored. One of our sponsors. We have several throughout, but our main sponsor for our show is NutriChamps. I am a big believer in mental and physical fitness of the entrepreneur, and NutriChamps helps me maintain my physical fitness. They provide my vitamins, they provide my supplements that keep me going on and on and on and on, right? Because that's important for business owners to be able to do that. So if you go to www.nutrichamps.com, if you look up here, right in that upper right corner, I guess it might be your left, but it's my right. With the gray square at the top, right? That's what you're looking for. Gray square at the top. www.nutrichamps.com and use the code SAVVEE #1. So if you go there and use the code SAVVEE1, you'll get some free stuff. You'll get a discount, and you'll have the savage nutrition you need to be the best entrepreneur you can be. So, all right, gonna brush up on a couple of more notes here. So even as I'm sitting here talking to you guys, I am thinking of ways that I'm thinking of different things I hadn't thought of, and that's a gift. That is a gift I have. It's also a curse, though. It's a curse because my mind is always moving, and it's sometimes bad. But right now, I'm going to try to keep it good. And all right, yeah, so it's good. Good. All right, stand by. Going to do a couple sound checks. All right, Steve, check levels on downtown mic. Check. I'm just kidding. We don't do that. Any choir kids out there, that's what You're warming up your vocal cords. Okay, enough of that. All right, sounds good. Okay, good. All right, check. Chats are good, yes. Connection good, yes. 7 minutes to live. 7 minutes to live. Intro ready? Yes. All right. Sound check. High level back here. It's high level. You're getting a glimpse into the magic. You're getting a glimpse into the magic. All right. Our show notes for this episode are in the post that you're watching this in, unless you're on Twitter, and I think unless you're on Twitch. So for Twitter and Twitch, if you go to IBGR.Network, hold on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this. This is my landing page. I'm just going to go ahead and copy them. I'm going to put this in the chat for you guys. So that you can have it. This is my landing page on IBGR.Network. So if you go there, you can find everything IBGR related as far as David Wilson Business Savage is concerned. You can also go to, if you see scrolling at the bottom of my screen, just below the cool picture of me where it says David Wilson the Business Savage, you go to www.allthingsdavidwilson.com. Generally, if you're either at this landing page on IBGR or you go to allthingsdavidwilson.com, you'll be able to get to me somehow. All my socials are there. All the books that I talk about are going to be somewhere. We're going to end up aggregating everything so that it's going to be easy for you guys to find it. One of the things we're going to be focusing on this season, the future of business savagery is the theme for this season. As we reimagine you, the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur, Ms. Alfano, my French teacher, will be very pleased with that. Entrepreneur. See, I took French. In first through fifth grade, believe it or not. That's awesome. It's an awesome opportunity. And we enjoyed it. Because that's what I remember. Anyway, so the future of business savagery, what it means to dominate your market, everything ties into that, and we're reimagining you, and we're starting with where it all starts, and that's the mind. A lot of this I'm going to end up repeating, I'm afraid, once the show starts. But hey, you can rest assured that you have heard it first here. And you will not fall victim to the hashtag new to me, right? You won't fall victim to that because you already heard it. All right, so we got about 2.5 minutes to live. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the show up now, because remember IBGR is 24/7. So I'm gonna be listening here. So if you hear that music faintly in the background, that's IBGR radio that's playing right now. So that's the show before me going off. And then my commercials are going to start. And then we're going to launch in about 2.5 minutes. So 2.5 minutes live. We'll go to Avatar in about 1.5 minutes. And then we will go. Okay. So let's have some fun. Let us what? Just have some fun? Yes. Okay. All right. Minute and a half to live. And hydration is very important. Try to get a gallon of water every day. We'll talk about that next week. I mean, it's irrelevant anyway. But during the physical, so I think that's next week, the physical health of the entrepreneur. All right, we're going to Avatar. I always get this time wrong. We're 2 minutes to live now. 2 minutes to live. I'm sorry. 2 minutes to live.
Themes, strategy, operations, sales, people, ownership, and consulting. The first four tracks: strategy, operations, sales, and people, are the day-to-day, which is all entrepreneurs face. The fifth track, ownership, takes the conversation to the next level. How can an owner working in the business make the transition to an executive of a multi-billion-dollar firm by working on it? Our last track, consulting, is for our brothers and sisters with the same mission as IBGR, helping small business owners grow. I bet you didn't know that 57% of everybody on the planet is employed by a small business owner. Let's team up and help business owners create generational wealth for themselves and their family while creating good jobs in their local community. Our team has over 7 decades of helping building businesses. We have turned those years of successful radio shows and downloadable tools that any entrepreneur, whether you're an independent contractor, solopreneur, or business owner, can apply immediately.
45 seconds to live.
Apply, engage. Download the show notes that address current issues in your business. Listen to the show live.
All right, Steve. 30 seconds. Let's have a great show. Let's go. Here we go. Stand by.
Let's grow together and put the world back to work. Thanks.
Radio. Got your D batteries ready? Cool. Then say my name. SAVVEE. Let's go. Yes. If you want to know what that reference was, Google it. I am David Wilson, aka the Business Savage. Welcome to No Nonsense Market Domination here on IBGR.Network. IBGR.Network is Profit Radio. We're an international business radio station. We are broadcasting over 80% of the countries all over the world. You are tuning in to Season 5. The Future of Business Savagery, right here with the Business Savage. Reimagine you, the entrepreneur. So I said this on the pre-show. We do a pre-show every day, not every day, but every day we do the show. So to have a pre-show, you need a show, right? So for every day we do the show every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Broadcasting live from the capital of South Richmond, Virginia, USA. Sorry, didn't mean to leave that out. I see I'm going off on a tangent already. But Ms. Alfano was my French teacher from 1st to 5th grade. So shout out to Ms. Alfano, who was awesome. Je m'appelle David. Yes. All right. So shout out to IBGR. We help businesses in all stages, no matter what stage of business you're in, from pre-startup to startup, from growth to hockey stick growth to nice and easy and steady. And you know, I want to sell this thing, and I desperately want to herd ferrets for the rest of my life. It doesn't matter what you want to do. It doesn't matter. Come grow with us. Okay, come grow with us. Thank you. If you're a returning visitor, if you're a returning listener or returning viewer, thank you. Welcome back. If you are new, amazingly, right? If you're new to No Nonsense Market Domination, welcome. So we give you a healthy round of applause. Again, I am David Wilson, the Business Savage. You can call me Savage. If you didn't hear that, that was Savage. Yeah, I dig it. So shout out to our in-studio engineer, SNY. SNY is his nickname, is government, Steve Namin. You feel me? Steve, thank you. He helps me out. He helps me out most of the time. I say most of the time because the rest of the time he's like making some kind of ridiculous mistake, but that's cool. But no, he's with us at least for season 5. All right, this show is brought to you by NutriChamps. NutriChamps is where I get my savage nutrition. So that's how I stay healthy. That's how I stay moving. That's how I am able to do all this on 8 hours of sleep, actually 8 hours of sleep, but it's 8 hours of sleep a week is how I'm able to do this. Go to www.nutrichamps.com, put in the code the Savage1, THESAVAGE, the number 1 in the coupon box, and you'll get some free stuff. You'll get some discounts and what have you. All right, cool. Thank you. Oh, and lastly, if you haven't already, download the app. We have an app at IBGR. We have an app, yes. And I will tell you that if you go, I can guarantee that if you go to your favorite app store, I don't care what phone you use, it doesn't matter what the myriad of phones out there. So Apple and Android, right? So if you go there and search for IBGR, you can download the app and you can listen to us on air talent all throughout the week, 24/7. We're a 24/7 radio station. Now get this, get real close, because if you download the app, you too can have SAVVEE in the palm of your hand. Can you believe that? It's just a bonus, just a cherry on top of the sundae. The radio station is the sundae, SAVVEE's the cherry. What can I tell you? Enough of this before I get kicked off the show. All right. The mental health of the entrepreneur is what we have today. The mental health of the entrepreneur. The subtitle is "The Mind Drives Everything." The mind drives everything. So, as we know, the mind controls the body. True? Yes? No? Yes. Okay. The mind controls the body. Now we know that, right? We know that, but what does that really mean? It means just what it says, and we are taught, we are conditioned, and this starts when we are kids. Because I remember when I was a kid growing up. You're going to be shocked by this, okay? But when I was a kid growing up, I used to play. I had a dirt pile in my backyard, and I used to play in the dirt pile, and I had all of my what? No, why'd you hit the button when I said I played in the dirt pile? See, that's messed up. No, I didn't have any friends. Oh wow. Comic relief from Steve. So no, I didn't have a lot of friends. But anyway, I played in my dirt pile and I had Tonka trucks. Not the Tonka trucks you buy today that's all plastic. I'm talking about the Tonka trucks that you played with so long that you needed a tetanus shot when you were done with them because they were all rusted out. That's how you knew the Tonka truck was beyond its greatest and best use. That's when it has fully depreciated, when you needed a tetanus shot from your Tonka truck. I don't write this stuff, though. This is right off the top. This is just how it is all the time. Oh yeah. So as kids, our imaginations can take us anywhere and everywhere, right? We can be in space. We can be, you'll see a little kid by himself, by herself, talking in a whole bunch of different tones, in a whole bunch of different languages. What are you doing? Oh, we're just having it's only you. No, but it's that imagination, right? It's that imagination. And as we get older, my goodness, everything we do, everything we learn teaches us not to imagine, not to dream. And it's sad when you think about it. It's sad when you think about it. Here's the point I'm trying to make about the mind. When I was sitting in the dirt pile and building Seaview Square Mall over in the dirt, I really believed I was doing that. And then when we get, or you're going to the moon, or you're gonna walk upside down, or you're gonna dig, and you're gonna dig so far you're gonna come out to the other side of the world, or whatever. You believe that as a kid. Hey, look at me, I can fly. And as we get old, we're told, no, you can't. No, 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 no. So what affects the mind before we go to break? Everything affects the mind. Everything affects the mind. Everything matters. Everything matters. And I always go back to childhood. And so childhood in general and experiences, strike that, childhood by itself, and then experiences more so when we get, it's probably all experiences. I'll go with that. It's probably all experiences, and just your life as a child, and it all affects our mind. Now, why does that matter? So I'm giving you the facts. I'm giving you the foundation of where we're going today, because when we come back from break, we're gonna get into a saying. I didn't come up with this. I'm not sure who did, but it's factual. There's no doubt about what I'm gonna tell you, and this all has to do with the mindset, the mental health. I probably should have called this the mindset of the entrepreneur instead of the mental health of the entrepreneur. I guess maybe it's one and the same. But if you can come up with a better title, put it in the chat. Or if you're driving, listening to the radio, just yell it out, and it's a better title. All right. So when we come back from break, we're going to talk about some of the stuff that gets into our mind, how those childhood experiences affect us. This will all make sense once we get to the end of this particular show, because this has everything, to me, this has everything to do with entrepreneurial and business success, or entrepreneurial and business failure. Okay, so we're going to come back. We'll see you on the other side. All right, good set there. That was great. Thank you for the comments. I appreciate that. I don't know what that is. Is that a? Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can even put that up. I'm not sure if that's a if that's okay. I think it's hearts, but But thank you, everybody who's jumping on. Let me make sure I'm staying right here. All right, so that was our first episode, first segment. That went very well. Very pleased with that. So thank you for the comments. Thank you, Tiana on Twitch. Appreciate that. Sudden 608. What's going on? Appreciate it. A lot of Twitch activity today. So we appreciate the Twitchers. All right. Let's see. All right, you definitely want to tune in or stay tuned for the next segment, because we're going to get into a lot of those. I'll let the cat out of the bag. Yeah, I'll let the cat out of the bag a little bit here. It's going to be the negative stuff. See, they can't hear me on the radio, right? They can't, and because you're here on the it's not the pre-show anymore. I guess it's just the video portion. So we're going to get into some negative stuff. Put your comments in the chat if you have them. If you want to, go to allthingsdavidwilson.com. Where's my CTAs? Right here. Okay. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. All right. About a minute to live. Turn this down. Be sure to, I don't know where that is. I think it's, I'm not sure how to get to it, but we have a SAVVEE Shifter Society survey that is a bit, I know where to go. If you look in the comments where I put my landing page, the IBGR landing page, if you go there and scroll down, you can get to the SAVVEE Shifter Society survey. It's a business survey that kind of helps you evaluate where you're at. 15 seconds to live. And then that way, it's a good evaluation tool. Stand by. Yep. Hey, it's David Wilson, Business Savage. Can't say that. Yep, we're good. Welcome back to No Nonsense Market Domination here on IBGR.Network. IBGR.Network is Profit Radio. We're an international business radio station broadcasting over 80% of the countries in the world. Today, broadcasting live from the capital of the South, Richmond, Virginia, United States of America. So welcome. This season, the Future of Business Savagery. The Future of Business Savagery with the Business Savage. That's me, right? Okay. So welcome. We're talking about the mental health of the entrepreneur. Like I said, it should have been the mindset of the entrepreneur, I think. Just flow. It flows best. It's got a better flow. It's got a better flow. Versus, but it was too late because the show notes are out. So if you're watching on, shout out to Facebook, shout out to YouTube, shout out to Periscope, Twitter, the law firm of Periscope, Twitter, and the Twitchers out there who are twitching and emoting. Right, good job out there. Twitch is a great platform. So shout out to Twitch. Appreciate you jumping on. No, I don't remember what I was saying. Okay, so the mental health of the mental health of the entrepreneur. That's what I'm saying. Concussions. All right. Hey Steve, where's okay, it's here. Okay. Fun fact. So somebody wrote in, and they were like, Savvy, why are you always talking about ferrets? Why are you always talking about ferrets? Do you have a ferret fetish? And I didn't appreciate that. I do not have a ferret fetish. I don't think there's probably a such thing, but not here. Why are you always talking about ferrets? Did you know? It's a fun fact. Did you know that A group of ferrets is called a business. See? We'll see you next time. I'm David Wilson, the Business Savage. We'll see. No. But I mean, that's valuable. That's valuable. All right. Promised you the bad and the ugly about mindset of the entrepreneur. Here's what I promised you, and that is the big giant takeaway. And I use this, but I didn't coin it. So it's thoughts. Thoughts are things. I'll put that here. Thoughts are things. What does that mean? Thoughts are things. It means that what we think we are, what we think we become, and that's a very, very important concept. So does it have anything to do with the imagination we talked about in the first segment? Absolutely, it has to do with that. It absolutely has to do with that. You are as you believe you are. And if you tell yourself you are bad, or you tell yourself you're good, you're right. And everything in between that, right? Anything and everything in between that. So we talked about childhood experiences. We talked about adult experiences. All of this feeds into our minds. Oh, well, Savvy, come on, get to the point. Get to the point. Yeah, you better watch how you say that. Yeah. I'll get to the point. This has everything to do with success, business success, entrepreneurial success. I promise you, it'll make sense. Keep watching and keep listening. I reference a book, and it's called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers. She talks about a chatterbox, right? She talks about a chatterbox, and the chatterbox is that that thing in your head that talks, right? It is the chatterbox. And put that in the chat. So if you wanted to check that book out, it is that talk. It's self-talk. Is really what it is. And so often, our self-talk, we're defeated before we even start, right? With our self-talk. When I was wrestling, our coach used to tell us, Bobby Tiedemann, rest in peace to Bobby T. He used to say, all matches are won before they're wrestled. They're won before they're wrestled. And that's because our minds tell us who already won. Many a time, and I've been on both sides of that. Many a times I just believed I was going to win. I knew I was going to win, and I won. And the flip side is when I believed I was going to lose, I lost. I have an awesome wrestling story that I was told I cannot tell anymore because it's too much about me, and I don't want to do that to you. But here are I want to give you some sources of negativity. This is very, very, very simple. It's just not easy, right? It's very simple. It's just not easy. I want to stress this one point. So thoughts. What are thoughts? Thoughts are things we think, right? But thoughts are also things we think about what's around us, things we think about who's around us, things we think. But and think of it like this: whatever goes into your head from wherever it is stimulated. So it doesn't matter. It could be, and this is what we're going to get into. It could be television. So if we're putting the wrong images into our head, if we're seeing the wrong things, those sights become thoughts. So if we're constantly watching television that reinforces how worthless we happen to be, then we're probably going to think that we are worthless. Versus if we're watching television that constantly reminds us of how great we are, we're going to think we are great. We underestimate the images, the imagery that we put into our head and the effect it has on us. Go back to the little boy in the dirt. Shout out, by the way. This is a mad tangent, but definitely a smoothie. Is Lynn Carhart. Lynn Carhart was my AP English teacher in high school. Shout out to Neptune Scarlet Flyers, Neptune, New Jersey. Lynn Carhart encouraged me, and if anybody's watching this and can send it to her, that'd be great. I'm friends with her on Facebook. It's not weird. It's not. But come on. I mean, really. So I say it's not weird. And she encouraged me to write. She would always say things. I would say, "Oh, I don't know what to write." Okay, well, what do you want to say? I would say, "I want to say this." She would say, "Then write that." And it couldn't have been that simple. Here's what I'm saying. So go back to I wrote something, a paper called Happy Dirt, and that was me being in the dirt, being happy with my imagination or whatnot. Not a bestseller, but definitely something I remember. Here's the point. Imagine if while I'm out here playing, here comes my grandfather walking over, and he says, "Boy, stop imagining. Your imagination is dumb. That stuff ain't real." "Oh, but Grandpa, I'm gonna fly one day." "No, you're not." "I'm gonna fit it." "No, you're not." "No, you're not." How quickly do you think that would have affected me and changed my path? Now, so not only TV, but also people, and the negative people. Unfortunately, as kids, we don't have much control over the negative people in our lives, but as adults, we do, and we don't exercise that control. It's those negative people that are constantly telling us what we can't do. These negative people that are constantly telling us what we are not, and that is a big source of negativity. Lastly, our environment. Now, what do you mean, Savvy, by environment? What I mean is the places where we spend the most of our time. It's very important that those are safe, comfortable, clean, orderly places, because they remember everything is a projection of the mind. So if my space is junky, you can bet your bottom dollar that your mind is probably junky on some level. It's a representation of that. It's a representation of that. So I urge you to take a long, hard look at what is affecting your mind. What is affecting your mindset, mental health? Now I really wish I had said mindset, but what is affecting your mental health? But there's hope. There's hope. Yes, there is. Because when we come back from the break, we're going to get into some good stuff. The good stuff, so the opposite of what we're talking about here, right? The opposite of what we're talking about here, and how to turn this train around, okay? So we'll do that when we come back. All right, cool. Okay. Good set there. About halfway through. Go ahead and turn our show on. And then we will we'll get into the next segment. Again, make sure you check out All Things David Wilson. All my socials are there. Like me, follow me, share me. Wow. Okay. You know what I'm saying. And I especially invite you to go check out my YouTube channel. So it's All Things David Wilson on YouTube. There's just about all of my videos are there. I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag again, and turn you on to something that's brand new. That's brand new. So we should call this the hashtag Not New to Me show. That's what we're gonna call it, because you guys find out stuff before the radio listeners find out. It's called SAVVEE Meditation. SAVVEE Meditation, and it's a start of these nice meditational noises and sounds calming noises and sounds and beats that I listen to kind of soothe myself, to calm myself when I need to think and when I need to let something go and what have you. So we're going to talk about that, I think. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in the next segment. Let me write it down just to make sure I don't forget. Let me make sure I got the name right. All right, that's a fail. Oh, there we go. Yeah, SAVVEE Meditations. That's right. So this is definitely a work in progress. But if you go to All Things David Wilson and look for SAVVEE Meditations, and running out of time. All right, live in about like 3 seconds. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh no. There we go. I know what I'm doing. David Wilson, Business Savage. Welcome back to No Nonsense Market Domination here on IBGR.Network, Private Radio. Hey, come grow with us. We help businesses in all stages, from pre-startup to startup, to growth, to hockey stick growth. That's really, really big growth. To nice and easy, slow and steady, to I am going to mine as much cryptocurrency as I can for the rest of my life. Doesn't matter what you do when you sell your company. There's a place for you here at IBGR, by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. So welcome back. Again, I am David Wilson, Business Savage. You can call me Savage. You can call me Savage. Yeah, you like that, right? I know you do. All right. Number 3, third segment. So for those of you who are joining us now, you missed half the show. But if you're joining us now, the mental health of the entrepreneur. What we're doing this season is we're kind of the theme. There's like themes and sub-themes and titles and subtitles, but reimagine you is what I'm going with here on No Nonsense Market Domination. And we have to do this so often. And we have to take a different look, a better look, a stronger look at ourselves, so that we can be the best entrepreneurs, business owners we can be. Because if we're not that, we're not running the best businesses we can run. And it's that simple. Last segment, We talked about negative. We've been talking about the thoughts are things, and the negative thoughts that can enter our minds, right? But now I want to talk about positive. Like I said earlier, this is not hard. This is not difficult to understand, right? It's very simple. It's just not easy. It's not easy to constantly pump positive vitamins into your head every single day. It's difficult to do. But as Zig Ziglar said, motivation. We'll put positivity in parentheses. Zig, thank you, Zig. But what's the quote? So, motivation. Motivation is like bathing. You have to do it every day. That's wrong. But you get what I'm saying. It's something. Google it. If you Google Zig Ziglar motivation and taking a bath, then something's gonna come. So that's gonna be the quote that you want. It's live television, folks. That's what happens. Okay, but nonetheless, you have to keep pumping positive vibrations into your mind so that you'll get, because what comes in comes out, and if you're thinking good thoughts, your output is going to be positive, right? One of the things that I do, and we released this earlier in the week. Earlier in the week, we talked about it. Earlier in the week, like 4 minutes ago during break, right? Was the I am introducing to the world, and this is something I'm giving to you. This is a gift. Something called SAVVEE Meditation. SAVVEE Meditations is on my YouTube channel, All Things David Wilson, on YouTube, and look for what is it? Shoot, I get mixed up sometimes, but it's a channel. So and it's called SAVVEE Meditations, and what they are is, and this is something I do a lot of times when I'm faced with a challenge, or or it's in the morning, or I'm feeling stress, I'll just be quiet and I'll listen to something like that, a nice soothing sound, and it's going to be a combination of soothing sounds and binaural beats and designed to reground us mentally, right? Because we need to do that, especially when we spend so much time in front of screens. I make it a point to get up and walk away probably I try to do it like once in an hour, to get away and get away from the screen, because it just I think we need to do that. So at SAVVEE Meditations, just go ahead and subscribe there. There's going to be more to come, but you can listen, and you can just, whether you're lying in the dark, whether you are practicing yoga, no matter what you're doing, it's soothing, and it'll help you reground, right? So that's free. So go check that out. Back to positivity. Now go back to the dirt. So I'm in the dirt, and instead of grandpa coming over to me and saying, "Boy, stop imagining. That stuff ain't real. You need to go to school. You need to get a job. You need to stop. Dirt ain't no job." Shout out to my grandfather, who's an electrical man, union electrician. And shout out to my grandmother, who was an entrepreneur. So she was an entrepreneur. They were role models for me. So thank you for that. So my grandfather would have never said that to me. or else you can't be my role model, Grandpa, if you say that to me. Okay. But what if he said instead, oh, wow, you're flying? Let me fly with you. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Oh, boy, I can see that you're building a house. Oh, boy, and who knows? It's little things like that, right, that form our experiences, that drive our mindset, that drive our mentality, right? Here's what we can't control. So I can't control. This is gonna make sense by the end of the show. I promise. I can't control that as a child so much as I can control it as an adult. It's very important to have grandpas. If you're fortunate enough to have grandpops around you, that's awesome. But as adults, an adult could have easily wiped all of that out in one fell swoop. Just as I believe as adults, someone can come in and change all of the negativity into something positive, and everything you've been told makes no sense anymore, and everything you now know moving forward makes perfect sense, and your cage is now open and you fly. It's just, that could easily happen. So here's some tips on what to do to drive that. It is vitally important to keep positive people around you, like positive people around you, and to the point where, like, you just really can't afford to keep negativity around, because they're just gonna, negativity attracts negativity, positivity attracts positivity. You ever see a positive person, and just a really positive person? How you doing? Oh, I'm just great. I'm just marvelous. And it's like, ah, it's Monday. Oh, why are you marvelous? Oh, leave me alone. No, you can't have free coffee today. Now you got to pay for it. And it's like, no, we don't want to. We don't want that. We don't want that. I made that up. That doesn't really happen. Keep a positive team around you. Um, put positive images into your mind. So what's a positive image? Um, anything positive. I think that, what was it? My history teacher in high school used to call television a boob tube, right? I think TV has value. I think we do need to be, we need to entertain ourselves. We need to have that time where we step away and just have fun and detach from business, detach. I think that's important. It's all, but just be careful of what images you're feeding into your mind. Um, the last thing before we go to break is what you say to yourself, and that comes in the form of self-talk, so your chatterbox, and what you tell yourself. If you tell yourself that you're awesome and you're thankful, and you make it a point to be thankful about everything when you wake up. When I wake up in the morning, I say thank you. I say thank you because I woke up. That's it. It's that simple. And if you have a shot, you're better off than some people who didn't wake up today. And then just continually have a mindset of thankfulness throughout the day, a mindset of positivity throughout the day, and see what happens. See what people you'll attract. So that's another thing. Positivity repels negativity, but also attracts more positivity, right? So this is the mindset. All right, Savvy. So now what? That's our last segment, is the now what. What do we do? What do we do now? I'm going to tell you when we come back from the break. Savvy. All right, and cut. Uh-oh. Are we good? Yep, we're good. Okay. Stand by one moment. Okay, we're going to finish up with action steps, the savvy shift. Thank you for being with me here. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of our watchers out there on Facebook, on YouTube, on Periscope, Twitter, and on Twitch. So thank you very much for jumping on. We're going to end this show with our savvy shift, and that's what the things that we need to do, the actions that we need to take to where's my, because I had a here. Steve, where's the, oh, okay, no, I got it. Okay. And then we are going to go live in about a minute. So there's a couple of announcements I'm going to make during this last segment. A couple of products that we have out. Most of them are free, but I'm excited about them. They're all designed to help you guys be the best you can be the best entrepreneurs, be the best business owners, and we all know that all translates. Everything's connected, right? So if you're a strong business owner, you're going to be strong in your family. You're going to be strong as an individual. So 30 seconds to live. Stand by, Steve. Last segment. Here we go. Welcome back. I am David Wilson. You can call me Savvy. No Nonsense Market Domination here on IBGR.Network. IBGR.Network is an international business radio show broadcast all over the world in more than 80% of the world. We are entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. If you don't already have the app, make sure you download the app from your favorite cell phone cellular phone store. Right? How old is he? What's a cellular phone? So it's pretty much Apple. So Apple, your Apple store or your what's the other one? Android store. I have an Android. Don't write me. And just search for IBGR and download the app. And you can listen to IBGR.Network no matter where you are. You can listen to all the on-air talent. You can search for show notes. You can search for landing pages. You can search for personalities, and even better, you can listen to any of the on-air talent you like. But the twist is, you can listen to Savvy right in the palm of your hand. Right? It's just what can I tell you? It's the perks. Oh wow, a doublet. Let's wrap this up. So action steps. Every show, just about every show, and our survey is called the SAVVEE Shifters Society survey, right? So just about every show we it's like the business owner we. Okay. When you say we, do you mean we or do you mean you? It's like well. So we, me and Steve, are going to give you a savvy shift in this segment. So the savvy shift is the mindset shift. So we have to take our mindset from one place to another, and it generally involves an action step or action steps, because the mind drives everything. If our mind is right, anything is possible. And I would challenge that. I would counter that by saying, if the mind is not right, nothing is. And some of you may agree, some of you may disagree, but that's kind of what I think. So here we need to shift. Part of the mind, part of the savvy shift is a shifting of the process. So take inventory of all of the negativity in your life, whether that is people, whether it is music, whether it is images, whether it is a space of yours. Take inventory of that right now. So that's something you can write down. So number one, take inventory of all of the negativity in your life. Number two, take action to change it. That's going to be the real shift, right? Take action to change it. Because I can have like a half-eaten fish sandwich on the back seat on the back seat of my Cadillac, and throwing it out and cleaning it up is a next step. That's an additional step. So we actually have to do that. So wow, there's a half-eaten fish sandwich on my back seat. Guess I'll drive home anyway. And so, versus wow, there's a half-eaten fish sandwich on my back seat, and wow, I need to clean that up and throw it out because it's affecting my space. It's affecting my mindset. And yes, there's a difference between a sandwich and a sandwich. There's a difference. So that second step, taking action, take action to make the change. Negativity comes in many forms. It really does. As a younger man, I found myself related to some negativity. so you had to, I had to make necessary changes to fix certain relationships until they became positive relationships, and thankfully they did. I was able to do that. And I want you to take inventory, really, really think about the things you say to yourself. Think about the things you say to yourself. It's very difficult, like sometimes it's difficult being alive. You know what I mean? Here's what I mean by that. Here's what I mean. Don't clap. Don't clap. Don't clap yet. You'll clap when I'm done, right? But just don't clap yet. Here's what I mean. Because if we allow ourselves to be controlled by the imagery, we allow ourselves to be manipulated by the frequencies out there that are telling us that we're only capable of doing this. We are here to do that. We are here to be controlled. And nobody's saying that, but that's really what's happening, right? We are essentially sheep. We wake up and we wait to be told what to do, and here comes some cat with a shepherd's outfit on. We'll call him the shepherd, right? And he says, "Hey, go this way, go that way, go that way, go that way," and it's like, and then you go home, and then you watch Real Housewives and go to sleep, and that's not where we need to be. I want you to really, really think about what that, not just that it is, but to change it. Sometimes it's, I believe, we'll get into this next week. I believe a big source of negativity, it's not just our mind, but it's what we put in our bodies, and that's in the form of sugar. Sugar is a huge source. Sugar has a terribly adverse effect on our bodies. We'll go into a little bit more detail on that next week in the physical side of the physical health of the entrepreneur. What are we on, number 4, Steve? Number 4, right? Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. I think I put this in the show notes. There's a reason when you're on an aeroplane, oh my God, the stewardess. I'm so sorry. The flight attendant, right? Draper. the flight attendant says, in the event the oxygen mask falls out of the ceiling, put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you try to help other people. There's a reason for that. And think of it like this: we have to be the best we can be before we can be good for anybody else. It has to be that. Now, what is all this? Hey, Savvy, what does this have to do with business? What does this have to do with entrepreneurship? What has everything to do with it? Everything. Because it's all connected. Businesses fail because this is a dangerous statement. I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, I think. But I believe this to be true. Businesses fail because we think they will. Now, if you want to turn that around and say businesses fail because we don't think they'll succeed, fine. Okay, that's cool too. I would challenge this all day long, that if I had an opportunity to sit in front of you and just listen to your story, listen to your business story during one of my SAVVEE sessions. That's a thing. So if you're interested in that, just put in the chat, I'm interested in a SAVVEE session, and listen to where you are. You're having struggles, you're having challenges, and I'll figure it out. I'll figure out exactly where they are. It's just a gift. I'll figure out exactly where they are. And I bet you they're tied in to some form of what we're talking about, something tied to what we're talking about today. And it's an experience where someone may have told you weren't smart enough. Someone may have told you weren't good enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not tall enough. I was a short, fat kid when I was growing up. I know, right? It's just crazy. It's crazy. And I was a goalkeeper. I became a goalkeeper because I couldn't play on the field. That's it. Because I couldn't run. Because I was chubby and I was short. So they figured, okay, well, he's going to be on the team anyway, so we'll put him in goal. And I will tell you, I believed I was the best in the world, and my goodness, it translated. It's a mindset story. But I'm not going to tell you the story. I'm not going to tell you the story, right? But that's how it happens. Ladies and gentlemen, you can do whatever you put your mind to. What you believe you can achieve. That sounds cliche, but it starts in the mind. It starts in the mind. And once we get our minds right, we fly. That cage opens, boom, and you fly out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for riding with me. I am Savvy, David Wilson, the Business Savage. No Nonsense Market Domination. We're going to see you next time. Same place, same time, Wednesday, 3 p.m., Capital of the South, Richmond, Virginia. All right, and scene. Thank you guys. And scene. I was never like in theater, but I watched it. I watched kids go through theater, and right now I'm kind of hungry, and I would like some buttered toast. You see, and you have to enunciate, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. All this comes from the top. So, guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I am having fun. I hope you are. G8 that. And we'll see you next week. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Is that just a random? Oh, look at all the emotes that are coming in from Twitch. So we got a I don't know what that is. We got the cool cat, which makes perfect sense because that would be me. Okay. And then we got something that looks like, I'm not even sure if that is because of my eyesight, because of my concussions. So I've had a lot of concussions over the years. I can't tell. It's either my sister, Cornell West, or wow, or Willis's friend from Different Strokes. I can't remember his name. That's what it looks like. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure, but that's cool. Thank you guys for being with me. Had a good time. I hope you did too. Stay in contact with me. Go to allthingsdavidwilson.com, where you can follow me on all the socials. Check out in the chat. I put the landing page for IBGR. You can go there and follow me on IBGR. And what else? Oh, make sure you get your show notes from the post. If you can't get them there, you can go to the landing page on IBGR.Network. It's that I put in the chat. Make sure you like, follow, share, and all that good stuff on YouTube. Go to my YouTube channel. Check that out if you like what you hear. Tell your friends about SAVVEE and the tidbits and nuggets that you can get from the show. My aim is to edutain you. It really is, and I try to give you a product that you look forward to, knowing that you're going to laugh, but you're also going to get something from it. And if I can do that every week, if I can change, if I can change someone's life, I think I've done a good thing. So thank you very much. I am once again, and lastly for today, last time for today, David Wilson, Business Savage here on No Nonsense Market Domination on IBGR.Network, Profit Radio. Join me next week, same time, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And you too can hang with SAVVEE next week as we talk about the physical health of the entrepreneur, the physical health of the entrepreneur. Thank you so much. And I will see you next time. Oh, and one more thing. Make sure you bring your D batteries next week.